hours ago, North Texas was placed under a winter storm advisory.
Yeah, let's get over to our meteorologist, Greg Fields, this morning. Any snow left to fall, Greg, or has it all made its way out?
It's all just about made its way out, and you guys mentioned that winter weather advisory that we do have. It goes until noon, so let me get that called up for you here first as we are talking about the winter weather advisory that we do have in effect across the area here for today. And there it is, and that does include all of North Texas here, just about that winter storm warning that we had that's been pushed a little farther east. So this goes until noon today, the purple shaded area. We still could see some issues out there on some of the area roads, so you'll still do need to take it easy. Now, as you guys mentioned, this is another weather alert day. It goes until noon because of that winter weather advisory that we do have. So here's the impact that we're talking about: the light snow, the freezing drizzle. Could still see some minor accumulations out there, especially on those elevated surfaces. So definitely keep that in mind. So prepare for some hazardous travel, some slick roads out there from time to time, maybe a little glaze in some areas out there. So still do take your time, take it easy out there and take it slowly and be careful out there on the roads. And of course, we'll be updating you throughout the morning there on air here and of course on WFA Plus as well. All right, let's get you on out and show you what it looks like on radar. A little bit different than what we saw this time yesterday with that winter weather moving in. Just a few flurries, some very light snow around the Metroplex as we head down toward Denton over into Fort Worth. So still a few flakes flying around and maybe a little bit of that wintry mix, but very light and spotty in nature around the Metroplex. Now a band of some heavier snow will impacting what areas well out to our west of Wichita Falls right now. So we'll see how that kind of spins into the area as that storm system moves on out. But you see the precip really winding down, and this is what we're going to be dealing with here as we go through the morning as far as the precip is concerned. But watch out for some of those icy conditions as we've talked about. The temperature taking you out to Fair Park right now, looking at 32 degrees, that wind chill at 26. Some folks kind of creeping along very slowly here across the area. Again, there will be maybe a little glaze of ice on some of the area roads, and Stacia will be updating you on that situation here in just a moment. But we're looking at 30 heading out to McKinney along with the Denton this morning, 31 heading over to Fort Worth, and 32 in Waxahachie. So here's your day planner. We'll finally see those temperatures getting above freezing. We'll struggle a little bit, but we will get there, I think, as we head into the early afternoon. The cloudy skies will be sticking around, so it's still going to be quite cold out there for us today. A few leftover snow showers, very light in nature, that freezing drizzle as I talked about through the mid to late morning, but that tapers off and we'll have those brisk northwest winds at 10 to 20, only around 35 as we head later into this afternoon. Now it does get cold tonight, but we'll clear out and we'll start to warm up a little bit for the weekend. More on that for you coming up here in just a few minutes. Now let's get over to Stacia looking at those roads.
Yes, let's take a look at those roads. Yesterday, obviously a crazy day across the Metroplex on DFW. Highways, interstate streets. We have an accident. This is 635 at Luna. This is pretty close to where 635 meets George Bush. Just one lane blocked, but you can see how wet it is there. Checking out 75 at Bucky's Boulevard in the northern portion of Collin County. You still got a ton of snow there. The roads look relatively clear as far as not any actual snow being on the roads. They've treated them, but it's dark. You can't see. You could be dealing with patchy ice. Go slow. You know the drill by now. Also checking a couple more issues for you. Just want to see if we can head on over to Tarrant County. There it is, 828 Old Decatur Road. Same situation here as we saw in the northern portion of Collin County as far as road conditions. Watch those bridges, overpasses. You know, we're going to keep a close eye as we move through the morning, what's happening with these. Your map, a quick check, a little bit of a slowdown in this Irving area where they have blocked off some of the portions of those ramps and interstates. I'm going to give you an update on that here shortly. That's a follow-up from yesterday. But right now, taking a live look at that high five, and that's where we find our Tiffany Liu bearing the cold this morning once again out on those roadways. Tiffany, good morning.
Good morning, Stacia. You know what? Things are looking pretty decent here in Dallas. I'd say we were really lucky considering the snow and the sleet that we got yesterday. You know, this morning we've already driven on the Dallas North Tollway. We've gone 75 north and south. And really right now it's just wet. There are still, of course, slick spots, but really it's manageable if you take your time. I want to show you a look at the high five right now. It is not very busy. There aren't a whole lot of cars. And if you look, like you mentioned earlier, Stacia, the roads themselves look pretty clear. It's really those on-ramps, for example, that on-ramp to go onto 635 westbound and eastbound, those are going to be the spots that are going to be a little bit tricky. You see a car over to the left here, Martin, if you could look over there, there's a car coming down that ramp right over here. That car needs to take it slow because those spots are going to be more slick than you see on the actual 75 that we're looking at over here. Now, of course, throughout the entire morning, We have seen TxDOT crews out. We've seen plows going through. They are still working hard. They are still working around the clock. After speaking with TxDOT, they told me they still would like people to stay at least 200 feet away from their crews. It's for the safety of you. It's also for the safety of the crews who are trying to keep our roads as safe as possible this morning. And of course, I do want to direct your attention to this overpass that we are standing on here at Churchill Road. It's still really, really slushy out here. These are going to be the most slick spots that you'll see. You can tell that it's not plowed over here, and it's probably going to be a little bit icy just because of how cold it is and that freeze overnight. So these are the parts where you want to be extra careful. Of course, this morning we're going to continue to stay out here. We'll manage the roads for you. We'll continue to keep an eye on it for you. Let's send it back to you in the studio for now.